Here are some moments that I captured when traveling to Sweden. In winter, Sweden is entirely covered in snow. You can see frozen lakes and sorts. So after touching down, I took Arlanda Express to Stockholm City Terminal and then took another train to Jönköping, which is my final destination. And during the trip, I was crammed in between a family for the whole time. Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everyone's staying strong. Let's explore Turkey today. I was staying in the Movenpick Hotel on the Asian side of Istanbul. After having a quick nap and the lunch which was provided by the hotel, I headed out to explore Istanbul. I have not planned anything to do in Istanbul since it was an unexpected journey. So I had to quickly Google some places and asked friends who visited Turkey recently for some tips. And one of them told me to get an Istanbul card and use the public transport to travel since Uber charges you unreasonable amount. A good hour was spent searching for the card. One issue that I encountered was that no one spoke English, even the youngsters. So I couldn't waste any more time since it was getting late already. I booked an Uber and hoped for the best. It took about an hour to reach the city center of Istanbul, and the Uber did charge a little bit more than what was on the meter, but that was okay. So as soon as I arrived, I headed out to get a ride on the Bosphorus Strait, as suggested by my friend. I kept walking and walking, searching for rides that are cheaper and has a short duration. I could see some advertisements on the sidewalk along the way, but those were pretty expensive and takes around 2 hours for the trip. So I just kept walking. But what I didn't realize is that I was walking in the exact opposite direction of the Bosphorus Strait, and another hour was wasted just like that. And it's getting really late now. So what makes Bosphorus Strait special is that it is the border between Asia and Europe. So we have Europe to the west of it and Asia to the east of it. And it is also an important waterway that connects two seas, namely Black Sea and the Sea of Marmara. Now that it's getting late and most of the attractions and shops close around 6-7 p.m., I'm headed in the direction of Hagia Sophia. But before that, I accidentally happened to walk around the Grand Bazaar. The Grand Bazaar is one of the oldest and largest covered market in the world. There are about 4,000 shops spread across an area of 30,700 meters square. Now back to Hagia Sophia. It is a historical monument, sometimes referred as the eighth wonder of the world. The building was completed in the year 537 AD. And it was a church for about 900 years. The fall of Constantinople saw the church being converted into a mosque during the era of the Ottoman Empire. And in the year 1935, Hagia Sophia was declared as a museum. The museum status was then revoked in the year 2020 and it was re-established as a mosque once again. After snapping some pictures and videos, I ran to the next spot, which is the Blue Mosque situated opposite to Hagia Sophia. I couldn't see much of it since it was undergoing restoration works inside out. The mosaic tile works inside the mosque, which are predominantly blue in color, gave it the name Blue Mosque. After that, I headed out to Sultan Ahmed Square, which once was a Roman hippodrome. The main events were chariot racing and circus, but it was also a really important political hub. After that, I just wandered around until 7 p.m. and did some window shopping. I also came across Salt Bay Nusrat's restaurant. Now what's left to do is to have some Turkish food for dinner and head back to the hotel. But to my surprise, all the shops were closed and streets became darker by the minute. So I just wandered through the dark alleys without knowing where to go. It's like a maze. Eventually, I found a group of people heading in a direction. I followed them for about a kilometer or so, and then all of a sudden, I was in a very lively place full of people. So I had dinner from a restaurant and took Uber back to the hotel. On the way back, I saw a tunnel which read Asia. So I thought it might be someone's name, but I decided to take a picture anyway. The driver was very fast. He dropped me at the hotel in just 30 minutes. Back at the hotel, I searched why the tunnel was named Asia. That's when I realized I had just traveled from Europe to Asia via the Eurasia Tunnel. So how did I end up in Turkey in the first place? In my last video, I shared the experience where I spent all of my savings on a PCR test when I was traveling from Sweden to Qatar. So that is where this journey begins. I took the usual flight, Pegasus, last time it was almost like a death experience. So I was scared this time around to fly Pegasus, but the landing was better this time. So after landing, I had to transit in Sabiha airport and take the flight towards Stockholm. But this time around, all flights to Stockholm was cancelled due to heavy snowfall. Everyone was confused and clueless of what to do. That's when I saw people crowding around the staff. I got to him eventually and he checked my passport and visa. He told me to take an on-arrival visa and the rest shall be taken care of the airlines. If not, you have to stay in the airport for the next 24 hours. So I went online and took the on-arrival visa. And that's how I officially entered into Turkey. The visa procedure was easy. I had to just enter my details in the form and pay around 100 SEK and that's it. You get the visa You get the visa processed almost instantly. Then after passing through the immigration, it's a little bit tricky. You just have to ask people around to guide you to the right place. And then when I reached the Pegasus office, they changed my flight to the next day and provided me with a day's accommodation and transport towards the hotel. After waiting about 2 hours for the bus to arrive, we then headed towards the Movenpick Hotel, which was on the Asian side of the Istanbul. And that's how the unexpected journey in Istanbul began. Here are some moments that I captured when traveling to Sweden. In winter, Sweden is entirely covered in snow. You can see frozen lakes and sorts. So after touching down, I took Arlanda Express to Stockholm City Terminal and then took another train to Jönköping, which is my final destination. And during the trip, I was crammed in between a family for the whole time. So that's it guys. That was our adventure today. If you have some interesting stories, do share it with me. I'll feature it in my channel. My email is themostag@gmail.com and my Instagram is mo_tmag. Do follow me there. I'll be posting updates and drawings over there. You can find the links in the description. Enjoy the videos guys. Bye. Peace, love and take care.